Hello, I'm Barbara Nicolato, Nick Snacks of Bello's design team. Today I'm going to show you how I created these die-cut cards using the Studio Light NR15 card die, available at Bello's Designs. This 3D pattern opens up to a step design and folds flat to a 4 3/4 inch square. Let's take a look at the supplies needed. First of all, I have this folded card. It's 4 3/4 square. And this particular card can be affixed to this one. So you have an effect like this, yet it can open and you can place a sentiment or a note inside. Or you can choose to just put a paper on the back with your sentiment. The die I'm using is from Studio Light Essentials, and it's number NR15. My background is going to be in brown, so this is a piece of brown cardstock. And then I've got some green pieces. And I'm going to use this as the focal point. This is the card that I designed in the Talk Crafty to Me shaving cream technique video that I put out through Bello's Designs. I'm also going to be using these stamps. They're all from Lavinia. 726 is Tilly and Tango. I've used one from 732, Basil and BB. I'm using the sentiment, have a very happy birthday, Lavinia 193. I'm using 737 musical notes, 749 wild summer flower, 735 the forest inn, 731 fairy ladders, and 741 leaf spray. I'm going to be using some stamping blocks to hold the stamps. The inks I'll be using are all Versafine Clair. I'll be using the Nocturne, the Shady Lane, and the Fallen Leaves. I'll also be using the Art Glitter Designer Dries Clear adhesive with the micro tip to put it all together. This is my Spellbinders Platinum die cutting machine. It's portable and very easy to use. And the first thing I'm going to do is cut the brown cardstock with the largest die, and this is going to form the base of my card. Pass that through. There we go. So now you're going to notice that there are some cuts and there are some score lines put into this. And I'll show you in a moment how to fold it. Now I'm going to pass it through again with the mats for my main paper. And the mats will be in green because there's a little bit of green in my main design. There we go. I like the fact that rather than give you one square and have to cut it out so many times, they actually give you, I believe it's eight little squares. So with one pass, you can cut them all out. I'm going to sort these according to sizes and then put them aside and continue cutting. So my last cuts will be with this sheet of cardstock, the design I made using the shaving cream technique, and I'm going to lay out the smallest of the dies. Now that I have all the parts cut out and organized, I'm going to start with these two pieces right here. And on them, I'm going to stamp, "Have a very happy birthday." Because this stamp is all in one line, I'm going to break it up so that it fits a little better on these small squares. And now I'm going to clean this off, and I'm going to ink up the word fairy. That's going to be a little bit more difficult. So I'm going to just have to wipe away the other words that I don't want inked. Have a fairy. Happy. And then the word birthday is going to be the easier one because it's on the end. And now I'm going to glue this onto the matting and set it aside. There we go. Now I'm going to work on these two sections. And if you notice, when the card is closed, one covers a quarter of the one underneath it. My idea is to put this forest in the back and a ladder coming off it. And I want the ladder to show here and also there. So I'm going to have to stamp the ladder twice. Bear with me, I'm trying to clean these stamps off as I go along. And here's the ladder. All right, I eyeballed that, and hopefully I did a good job with it. Now I'm going to grab the Shady Lane, and I'm going to put some foliage around the outside. That would be this part right here. I love this flower here. The wild summer flower is gorgeous. I'm going to take out the leaf spray. And rather than use them with a stamping block, I'm just going to hand press them on. I'm going to use the flautist. I don't know if it's Basil or BB, but we'll put him down here. And then we will show either Tilly or Tango dancing its way up the ladder. I just grabbed a little blender and dipped it in the Nocturne ink. And I just want to give a little bit of grounding here to this ladder and to these guys here. All right, so this one's ready to be matted. And I'm just going to put a little bit more green onto there. And this small one here. Before I put a little mouse on this ladder, I want to see how these two pieces are going to fit together. So let me just mount this one. All right, now we're going to take the card base. This is going to be a valley fold. That means it's going down. This is going to be a mountain fold. That means it's going to come up. And it almost wants to move on its own, as you can see. So I'm going to fold that carefully. Let me grab this bone folder and just press down on the folds, on these creases. Here we go. And this is the one I'm going to add here first. I'm going to eyeball that there's enough, that the space on this side is the same as the space over here. I'll push that down. I'm going to also glue on, have a fairy. Happy birthday. Make sure that's even with the bottom. And this one is going to go in here. So I think that would be the way to go right here. And that continues the ladder pretty well, actually. I'm just going to make a little mark here in the corner so I know how to place it and apply the glue. All right, now to put this little one on, I'm going to have to put its foot on the last rung. Otherwise, its nose is going to stick up out here, which I don't want to happen. Okay, so when I close the card, everything looks pretty good. That leaves 5 little squares, and you could decorate those any way you'd like. You could put flowers. You could put a few more of these little guys on here. I'm going to use the musical notes. I won't be able to get the entire guy on here, but part of it, like so. And I still have one more. Let me get these placed first. I think I'm going to leave that blank. If I decide to stamp it later, I can, or I think it looks okay like that too. I'm probably going to add some colors here with my gel pens, and I think I may also affix this card to the larger white one. It'll give me more room to write inside. I'll be right back and show you what it looks like when I'm done. So here's how I finished my cards. With this one, I added some gel ink with the gel pens. And I also mounted it onto a 4 3/4 square white card. And this one, I also added a little gel here and there, gel pens, and highlighted with white on both of them. And this one, I took a verse from a cardio set called Say It With Flowers. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. If you've enjoyed it, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel.